Have you experienced this? The more you try to detach from your twin flame, the more attached you are to your twin flame. The more you try to run away from them, the more pain and suffering you feel. That's because when we try to break our connection with our twin flame completely, we also sever this energetic bond that is internal and unbreakable. Cutting your energy cord with a twin flame is counterproductive because the cords get reattached very quickly. You and your twin flame has decided to come together this lifetime for whatever reason or purpose that you may have, and it's filtered to go against it. Furthermore, I believe that if you're watching this video, you don't want a permanent disconnection with your twin flame. What you want is to stop the emotional pain that you're feeling. And here's the thing, what's causing the pain isn't this 5D spiritual connection that we have with our twin flame. It's actually the 3D egoic attachment to our twin flame. In this video, I'm going to share with you how you can break this 3D attachment while leaving the 5D spiritual connection intact, so that you can detach from twin flame with much ease and less struggle. The 3D egoic attachment consists of the physical, the mental, and the emotional attachment to our twin flame. I'm going to break this down one by one. So first, the physical. If you are the runner or the divine masculine, have you tried physically distancing yourself from a twin flame but it doesn't work? You still feel the connection with your twin flame. You're still drawn to them. And if you are the chaser or the divine feminine, and you are told not to chase after a twin flame, thinking that one day they will come back to you, how does it work for you? Do they chase after you? Or do you find that they never return? That's because even though when we are physically separated from our twin flame, emotionally and mentally we are still thinking about them. We are still sending and giving them our attention. And while we are still giving them the attention, we're still sending energy their way. They will feel the intense energy and will continue to run away. Also, detaching for the sake of getting your twin flame back is not really detachment. We are still very attached to the outcome. We're still very attached to our twin flame. We're still yearning for them to satisfy our needs, even though we're pretending to be indifferent. When our intention is like this, there's no growth and healing. But being physically apart, no contact, and having less communication with your twin flame does help to ease both the emotional and the mental attachment to your twin flame. Because if you keep looking at your twin flame social media multiple times a day, that will definitely get you triggered. Ultimately, you may need to bring all your energy back to yourself and focus on yourself. This includes the mental and the emotional component. It may feel a bit uncomfortable at first, especially if you're not used to giving yourself so much attention. To ease mental attachment, meditation helps because it helps you to get into your body and into your heart. However, sometimes it's easier to find something really engaging to distract yourself from obsessively thinking about your twin flame. I know some of you may think that distraction is avoidance, but our mind always needs something to do. It's always looking for problems. If you don't give your mind something to chew on, it will keep going back to your twin flame. You keep thinking, why doesn't he text me? Why is he running away from me? And why doesn't he see and feel this intense connection that we share? And this makes us feel very attached to our twin flame. To have a healthy mind, you need to have several things that your mind can focus on. You have to learn to redirect your attention to something else. I'm not asking you to binge watch a bunch of TV series or get addicted to something else. And definitely not asking you to get another partner, because it will just be a replacement. You're just detaching from your twin flame and attaching yourself to someone else. But a little intentional distraction can make you realize that, hey, there are other important things in life that I can focus on. And this is a good time for you to pay attention to those other things that your heart desires. To ease emotional attachment, you need to get to the underlying emotion and embrace them and acknowledge them and feel them. You don't want to react or be controlled by your emotions. So what do I mean by this? For example, you may feel powerless. You want your twin flame to be with you, but they aren't. You want your twin flame to love you a certain way, but they don't. In relationship, We can't control another person's behavior and action, and this may make you feel very powerless. Or you may feel very frustrated and resentful that your twin flame is not doing what you want and not getting this intense connection that you all share. Or you may feel rejected and abandoned because your twin flame is the one who detaches from you first. If you are feeling any of this emotion, you are attached to your twin flame. You want your twin flame to perform a certain action for you to feel better. But instead of waiting for someone else like your twin flame to ease your emotional pain, do your best to soothe this emotion in your body. You can hug a pillow, you can pet yourself or stroke yourself. You may want to take a bath or a shower or go for a walk in the park. Do anything that helps to soothe your emotion. Do it for yourself. You may also want to draw, paint, or dance to express your emotions. Oftentimes, we feel these painful emotions because we focus too much on the other party and the outcome of the relationships. So stop abandoning yourself, focus on yourself, and take care of your inner child. Sometimes, what makes detachment difficult is because we think we are going to be permanently disconnected with our twin flame. Well, you can detach from the outcome of the relationship, but not detach from your twin flame. Are you separated from twin flame? Yes. Do you desire a twin flame? Yes. Admit that to yourself that you love your twin flame, even if you have no control over your twin flame. Acknowledge the spiritual connection and trust that this spiritual connection will bring you all together for a greater purpose. But at the same time, you have to take note that this purpose may not be a romantic relationship, and you have to accept that. Twin flame don't always end up in romantic relationships. Watch this next video to learn more about my thoughts on twin flame.